The Ronald Show, starring Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
Welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it on planet Earth. So, where are we now? What is our future? And what is our future based on our now? Which is totally interesting because there is a document that predicts our future based on our now. And this document is called the BOT Project, which is a computer tool, software program, and a computer that sends out spider computer crawlers that crawls the entire internet and takes the entire lexicon of what we were saying right now and reads the global subconscious mind. And it tells you where we are right now. And this machine, this computer program, was originally a tool for predicting stock market trend analysis. So it could take the way the market was and evaluate it and then predict the future of what stocks to purchase. What this does is it takes our language now and it predicts our future based on what we're talking about right now, planet-wide, a subconscious. And so it makes predictions. And I just read the first 7 pages of the predictions. And so now I'm going to read where we are now and what our future holds and the predictions. And I'll do that right after this commercial.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Dinar's only accepted in Iraq.
Well, we're going to sell it back to the people that we bought it from.
If we're in complete chaos, you're going to fly over there.
No. We're going to have 3 days after the dollar collapses to go sell back that dinar.
They mentioned the dinar?
Yeah. They mention the revaluation of the economy and the subsequent 3-day grace period before the total collapse of the economy. So we'll be able to get our money very quickly because if the dollar goes way down and whenever we can make the most money before February, before March
21st,
before April 15th. As soon as that happens, I mean, we can start getting food and water sources now, but as soon as we get that money, we got to buy all the resources we can immediately and then get out of town to where we're going to be, because then everything is going to, all hell is going to break loose April 15th. We have to be where we're going to be by then. So that's the deal right now. We have to be where we're going to be by April 15th, 2011. Food riots. I was just about to get to food riots. This is all starting to happen right now. 2011, February 21st, 2011, by March 21st, 30 days from now, the dollar's going to collapse. It's going to be called Dead by the public. That's what the bot project is predicting the wording is going to be. Dead. From the food riots of 2011 and the divulgence of the secret technology, because what's going to happen is civilization is going to, it's saying, is going to start raiding as soon as everything breaks down and we need food because everything's been washed out, because they're predicting this flooding to happen now because of where we are with the solar maximum about to hit and the weakened magnetosphere, that because there will be food shortages, that like hundreds of everybody within the proximity of these underground bases is going to riot and storm them and take out. It's just going to be a flood until they can get it all closed. But this is going to happen soon, and people are going to get in there, and secrets are going to be brought out from underneath these bases. So starvation rioters will invade the underground bases in Maryland. Italy's starvation rioters will invade the Vatican and crash the underground bases, bringing to the surface the text, pictures, videos that have long been hidden from the public into the planetary view. From the food riots of 2011 and the divulgence of the secret technology subsequently extrapolated from the underground bases, backyard scientists will make great technical advances for the species using the new and previously hidden technology. Food shortages, collapsing currencies, and failed governments will be the catalyst for the technical renaissance. There are indications that in 2011, due to the collapsing of the government, extreme widespread chaos, and the disruption of necessary supplies, the hidden civilization may try a planetary takeover. So hidden forces that we don't understand are going to attempt a planetary takeover in a way that is going to stop cold in its tracks an insurrection, I guess. I don't know what they mean by, and we're going to talk about who runs the planet, which is the City of London. It's called the City in London. It controls the banking and the legal system globally. Media propaganda. The media will be so fearful of, the writing is going to go so intense by the end of 2011. The media will be so fearful for their lives as they begin reporting the collapse of the dollar in late March and through the summer that their reporting will change. The collapse is orchestrated by the hidden civilization and carried out by the powers that be. 3 weeks after the late March dollar death, the food prices will rise rapidly. Relocation of masses coming home. For 3 days following the report of the death of the dollar at the end of March 2011, there will be quiet as the masses let it sink in and receive the reporting from the media, because everything hasn't broken down yet. Then everyone will return home, children from school, people from jobs, and then the shit will hit the fan as the food prices increase rapidly. And now a devalued dollar with high food prices creates an extreme scarcity and supply and demand. And the other guys, Derek Jeter says this, the whole system is clogged up with dirty money. The news doesn't report it because they're owned by the same corporations that own the government.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi, welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. We left off on mind control media. In 2011, the U.S. mind control media will try to maintain their current mind-numbing grip on the sheeple. We're like the sheep of the U.S. and the world, but severe instability will lead to most people turning to alternative information, and the mind controllers will lose their grip in the latter part of 2011. So we're not going to believe the media, and we're not going to believe the rhetoric anymore. We're in the middle of a... Now, I emailed Larry and I said, with the solar storms, is radiation going to be a problem? Do I need a radiation suit? And Larry emailed me back. He said, solar radiation. Will radiation suits protect us? And where can we purchase them? Solar radiation. Will we have to cover our food and water storage with radiation protection material? Ron, there are several types of solar radiation. The CMEs from solar flares would put trillions of electrons, volts into the atmosphere that normally are not there and would be induced by copper and burn out transformers and take the grid down. UV and visible spectrum would be more intense, like a summer day, and high up in the atmosphere where jets fly, people could get an overdose of that radiation like too many X-rays. Inside a dwelling, you will be fine. So at least we'll be safe inside away from the sun if we can hunker down somewhere. I figure the best thing to do is get enough food and water for 2 years and go someplace where we can just chill out and ride out the shit storm. That seems like a smart thing to do. Talking about, I guess, renting a U-Haul and just taking it, filling it up with food and going. We could get a couple of rentals. We could get 2 truck rentals would be nice. Because we could even live it, make it be a nice shelter. Yeah, we take the RV. We take 2 trucks. We take our cars. We tow them behind the truck. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm renting 2 trucks, the biggest ones I can from like U-Haul, and start.
Are you ready to go in that 3-day period?
I'll probably rent as many as I can at one time with full tanks of gas. I'll probably rent like 10 in one day.
What?
From different truck rentals. Just go everywhere and rent them. Boom, boom, boom. Get all the trucks at the house and just have them fill on gas and ready to go. So we'll fill up a couple of trucks just with gas. So I'm renting big U-Haul trucks when the shit's right as soon as the dollar dies. Maybe just before.
The day before. On the 20th.
Rent them for 2 weeks. By 2 weeks, I'll be good. We'll own a bunch of trucks. For what? A piece of plastic. I'll give you this piece of plastic for 6 U-Haul trucks. Thanks. Oh, and as much gasoline as I can carry. Diesel. And a generator. Hi, we'd like to buy some solar panels for our trucks. We're moving to a new community. It's called Survival. Alright, so this is what we were talking about, needs for us to survive. I was thinking we're going to need some sleeping pills and sedatives. Here's a supply list that I created. Sleeping pills and sedatives in order to be able to sleep through physically painful times due to extreme electromagnetic anomalies. They're saying that these electromagnetic, are going to cause actual nerve pain.
You better toughen up.
So if we can hit a couple of drugstores and take all the sleeping pills and painkillers we can, get as much pain medication as you can. A lot of ibuprofen, Tylenol, migraine would be good. You know, any migraine stuff that knocks out the pain. And stuff that makes you sleep, like Benadryl. You're going to want to get Bunsen burners. Candles, food, water, maybe radiation suits, I don't know. First aid kits, or at least one first aid kit. Portable water device. A potable water device. On survivalcondo.com, you can go to that website and find out where to get supplies, like 2 years worth of storage, food, and survival kits and stuff. And we need there's a potable water device. It'll give you like 30,000 gallons of water. You can put any water in it and it makes it drinkable. You want that, especially with poison water, maybe, especially in the Gulf of Mexico. And the result of all this, they say China is going to be safe. So if you're in the Thailand area or the whatever, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, India,
So we go to Maryland.
China is going to be safe. You could also move to Italy and help overthrow the Vatican and storm the underground base, secure the secret technology that they've been having, and then reverse engineer some of the stuff so we have some good electronic equipment that we can use, some free energy, so people around the world near that area can do that. It's your decision. I would probably go check it out if I was in Italy. Go to Maryland and crash their underground bases with the rioters, or if you're in Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, Baltimore, Bmore. Go out there and go to the underground bases in Maryland. They're easy to find. Just Google them and go. And if you're in that area, just go crash that place. Just wait for them to take it over and just walk in with the crowd. You don't have to be one of the guys up front throwing stones, but see if you can be in that area and take that back door in so you're safe. Because that's going to be safe. Because a lot of shit's going to happen and physical changes, and that place is secure. That's as far as I got with the synopsis. So I'm done with that. All right. When we come back, I'll give you the rest of the 49-page document from the bot project, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. And then we'll talk about what might not happen, because this is all bad stuff. Okay, we'll be right back.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
And welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Alright, so, good news, I got the P90x in the mail today, and today is day 0 of the P90x documentation of my ultimate delve into the greatest fitness of my life. So I'm going to become so incredibly ripped and muscled and cardioed that I will, maybe I'll be able to go off and become a fitness model. Who knows? That's not the goal. The goal is to get rid of the flab around my gut. And so, here it is. This is the P90X. It came in the package, and you'll see here it's by the Beachbody people. Can you see that? Right there, Beachbody. Okay. And here's the DVDs. The big box is the can you see that? There you go. The big box right here is the chin-up bar, and I imagine these are the DVDs. And as you can tell already from the show, I imagine a lot of things. But I don't think it's my imagination. I believe that hopefully I will get through the 90 days of the P90X program. And one of the things we're talking about on the show is health and fitness and making it through the upcoming changes. Right now we're nearing the end of February 2011. And life as we know it on this planet is about to change dramatically. The dollar's about to collapse on March 21st, which is a little less than a month away. The president is going to declare the dollar dead. And then, during a major press conference, either that day or sometime to follow it, a military spokesperson is going to speak for NASA and the government about some type of severe things that are about to happen to the planet. And I'm going to discuss those in other sections of the show, like Planet Nibiru, which will be visible in the night sky as of May 14th, 2011. You'll be able to see it in the southern hemisphere, and you can find information online about Planet Nibiru. And soon the government's not going to be able to hide this. They've been hiding it. They've been preparing. They have built underground bunkers with years of storage, and as we've discussed before, you know where those bunkers are now. And when the time comes, if you need a safe place to go, and the government's not helping you, and flooding has washed out the North American continent and killed millions, hundreds of millions of people, and you have no power in your house, and the skies are starting to black out from volcanic activity, well, it's good information for you to know where those underground bases are. You know, the U.S. government is not technically a government. They act as a government, but really they are a corporation. They are a corporation, and you are employees of that corporation based on your social security number. That's really an employee number. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you go knocking on the door at Denver International Airport asking if you can take the elevator 2.5 miles down to the 55,000 square mile bunker that runs on 3 state-of-the-art nuclear generators. If you can go down there and ride out the catastrophes that our planet is going to be enduring starting this year, 2011, and running right on through to around July 2014. And the face of the planet is about to change. Half of Florida is going to be gone soon. Texas and eastern Mexico are going to get washed out. There's going to be incredible flooding. And the west coast of the United States is pretty much going to be gone. California isn't as much going to break off and sink into the ocean, but ocean levels are changing. Yesterday in New Zealand, they experienced a 6.8 earthquake, and a huge glacier near the island, a 30 million ton glacier, cracked and fell, and pieces fell off into the ocean, and they said it was just this huge explosion that they heard. This is happening right now. Right now. It's February 24th, 2011, and I am documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Anyway, I'm excited. Today is day 0 of the P90x workout plan. I'm going to do my weigh-in later on in the show, later on today, and we'll get to see what my measurements are now, and then I'm going to track them every week. I'll weigh myself. So the way the P90x program works is that you work out 6 days a week. So I'm going to work out 6 days a week. On day 7, I will weigh myself, measure myself, and we'll be able to chart a week-by-week progress of how we go. And then maybe you'll be able to look at the P90x program and see if you want to order it for yourself. You never know. It's up to you. I'm not here trying to sell you the P90x program. This is the Ronald Show, and I'm into the P90x program, and I'm going to do it. And this is about me. That's why it's called the Ronald Show. All right, so we'll be right back.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi, and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it here on planet Earth, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Yes. So, the Ronald Show. Now, when I left you last, I had the P90x program boxes right in front of me, and I opened up the DVD box, and I still have not opened up the chin-up bar, and I think I'm going to put that in my garage somewhere. I have the packing receipt right here, just to show you that I did pay for this. I did order this. I am not just some kook. And here it is. Here's right there. There's my address and phone number. I don't care if you send me letters, DVDs, CDs. You can mail me whatever you want. Even send me your old Rolling Stone magazines and ESPN magazines. All right? Great. Now, here is the price that I paid for everything. I did it all in one shot. Right there. See? That's how much it cost. That is the price, tax, and shipping. Look how much they get you on shipping. That is, in case you can't read it, that is $39.90. And I got the P90x DV02124. That's the free workouts and 90-day guarantee, BB. And the Pro 90, the P90x chin-up bar. So, this is you go. This is not an order receipt. This is an invoice, is what it says there at the top. And it came from Grover City, Ohio. And it was sent to me here in Palm Bay, Florida. By the way, we're not too far from, and it was sent via FedEx. By the way, we are not too far from the beach here. I live, I don't know if you could feel the ocean breeze coming in, but right behind me is east. The Intracoastal Waterway is 1 mile from here, maybe less. I walk it sometimes. And then 2 miles from there to 3 miles is the ocean. The Fifth Avenue Boardwalk, the beach, the Atlantic Ocean. And so I don't really have much of a buffer here where I live. And being that this show, the Ronald Show, is documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as I've said before, I'm going to be getting out of Dodge. Me, my wife, the kids, my mom, we're all heading out. In fact, we just finished pricing some long-term storage, food storage supplies, and I will get to that in a different section of the show. But let me show you the rest of this. Now, here in the box, I got, you know, the small P90x box that the receipt came in. It's right here. You see that? Yeah, this is the P90x box, and I have opened it, and I'll show you what comes inside, just so you know. Right here, you can eat like a second grader. Eat like a second grader. I haven't really read this yet, and I don't know what it means to eat like a second grader. In fact, I don't even remember being a second grader. But hey, they got some shake stuff in here. The results of the shakeology. The bottom of the bag guarantee. If you don't feel results in the first 30 days, I want you to have your money back, less shipping and handling. Of course, because that's how they make their profit. But I hope you really give it a try, so you see the benefits I have. And that's what it says there on the shakeology thing. Looks like they use some type of stevia. They got the, I don't know if you can see that, but see the stevia there? Like the green leaf? I think that symbolizes stevia. Order now and find out how to get free shipping. Call 1-800-798-3995. Yeah, that's my real voice sometimes. Order now and find out how to get free shipping and handling. Gee, I wish they would have told me how to get free shipping and handling. Looks like they use stevia, though. That's what that leaf is. And stevia, the government doesn't let them market it, I guess, as a sweetener, at least last I heard. And I just bought a bag of the stevia. And it works pretty good. I did have a bottle of the liquid stevia, and that had kind of a diet aftertaste to it. Alright, here next in the box, the P90x Quick Start. And that's a fitness guide. And then there's another book there, so I don't know if you can see that, but they got the P90x Quick Start and the nutritional guide. And today is day 0 of my workout plan. I have not even started my first workout. And let me give you a little bit of background on my exercise history. I've been lifting weights for, I don't know, maybe since probably 2000. I was Army intelligence, and I used to go to the gym there, and then I was government intelligence, and I went to the gyms at the bases. I was stationed at Central Command, Special Operations Command, Southern Command, major commands, and worked on major bases, and they all have gymnasium facilities. So I had a Nautilus, aerobic equipment, racquetball courts, basketball courts, tennis courts, you know, everything. So steam rooms, showers, you name it, they had it. Towels. Well, it looks like this is a 90-day calendar guide that comes with it. That's great. And then here's the Quick Start guide. This is because we are a you know, instant gratification society, so the Quick Start guide gets you going on that. Looks like the Quick Start guide. Congratulations on ordering P90x and making the decision to completely transform your body in just 90 days. I know you're excited to get started right away, so here are 5 quick steps to help you do just that. Then it gives you the 5 steps, step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, and then there's a 6, step 6. Maybe they should change the wording on this. It says, here are 5 quick steps. That's what it says, 5 quick steps. I don't know if you can you see that, 5 quick steps? And then you get here and it's step 6. Step 6. Hey, P90x, Beachbody guys. What is it, the Beachbody. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, but this, that's 6. Okay, so get your wording right. If you need to hire me, I will rewrite the whole program for you. I'm good at that. Rewriting stuff. Okay, here's the Extreme Home Fitness Guide. It's got a bunch of stuff in there, all this kind of stuff that you want to read. Happy reading. And then here is the P90x Extreme Nutrition fitness, extreme home fitness nutrition plan, and they got menus in there, looks like. So that's what you get there. And then finally, your constant companion, the P90x Extreme Home Fitness DVDs. And there they are, DVDs. Alright, today's day 0 for me, and I'm gonna get ripped. I'm motivated, and it's gonna happen. Alright? Thanks for watching the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. We'll be right back. What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Alright, this is the section on how to babysit kids. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out and we're going to play some street tennis beach ball. It's called street tennis beach ball. So what you do is you take the beach ball or the tennis racket and you hit the ball with it. You just whack it as hard as you can in the street. And you can throw the ball at the kids. And so we play street tennis beach ball, where you can use a soccer ball, or you can use a bunch of tennis balls. We just get balls and just whack them. So, and then we just play out in the street because there's no outlet on our block. It's like a cul-de-sac, so it's sweet. So we just have the street. We just get out here and we play street tennis, volleyball or beach ball.
Asking me, said she's so free. How can you catch the sparrow?
Come on, Olivia, here.
Change my life.
Hit that.
Make it right.
Hit that.
Be my lady.
Throw it at me, whack it. Yeah. Look at your tennis ball, kid. Look at that tennis ball, kid. Alright. And that is how you play street tennis beach ball. Because we live in Florida, so any kind of ball is like beach ball. Because we live right by the beach. So say we're going to go play basketball. It's really beach ball. We'll play with the basketball and the hoop. Everything is beach ball here in sunny Florida in February 2011. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show. Hi, and welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. Alright, so, talking about collapse, my health is collapsing. I found that out today when I took the fit test for the P90x, and the numbers are not good. My weight, now I'm 5 foot 10 inches tall, well, 5'9" and 3/4, or like 5'9" and like right at 5'9", all right, but 5'8" and 3/4. So I'm 5'8" and 3/4, and my weight is 220 pounds. This is the heaviest I've ever been, so I'm not happy about that. My ideal weight is between 158 and 178. They say for 5'9", barely 5'9". So I have 45 pounds to lose. I want to get down to 175. 45 pounds. That's a lot. And I don't know if it's mostly muscle or not, but geez, man, 220 pounds. That is not good. My chest measured at 44 inches, and around my waist was 47 inches. 47 inches around my waist. And my hips, 42 inches. I can't believe I'm actually documenting this, but this is part of the collapse of life as we know it. And health is important. Health is really important, and I know that. I mean, look, I've got weight equipment here, whole gym in my garage, which is where I am here in Palm Bay, Florida, right near the ocean, which is about to get slammed, I think, soon by a major tsunami or what they call atmospheric flooding. Atmospheric flooding, look forward the news, or check out the WebBot project. Alright, so my waist is 47 inches, my hips 42 inches, my right thigh was 25.5 inches, my left thigh 25.5 inches, my right arm, the bicep here, see, 13 inches, and my left arm 14 inches. 220 pounds, 220 pounds, crazy. And then part of the test is, and you can see that's the numbers right there, those are real, documented. See there? 220 pounds. Crazy, right? Not happy about it. Horrible numbers, but the good thing is that they're going to change. Soon I am going to be, well, in 90 days I should be under 200 pounds and on my way to 175 pounds. And ripped, you know, muscular and lean, you know, less body fat. I want to get my body fat under 10%. Alright? Now when we come back, I will tell you the different parts of the test, and there are 8 parts to the test. Alright, so when we get back, I'll tell you how I did on those 8 parts of the fitness test to qualify me to be able to start doing the P90x workout program. Alright? We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Casey Cody. You must be Fred and Gladys McNichol. Welcome to the House of the Future.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, I live here.
What do you mean you live here? Mr. Broadbent said this house was for sale.
Oh, it is. My husband and I are just renting it.
I see. What do you think of that, Fred? Renting it? Well, I don't know if we want to buy a house that's been rented. What do you think, Fred?
Well,
Rental houses, indeed. Just that tell you about the neighborhood, Fred.
That the local deli doesn't have valet parking?
There was innuendo in that remark, Fred. You know I don't like these obtrusive comments. Well, I guess it's all right. Who are you?
Oh, he's my husband, Ben Adams.
I see. How do you do? Fred?
How do you do?
Hello.
Wait a minute. I thought you said your name was Casey Cody.
It is. Casey Cody Adams. Cody was my maiden name.
I see. What do you think of that, Fred?
Well, actually,
Try
I
not to
think...
think, Fred. Now, where's our room?
Oh, you'll be right here, next to the bathroom of the future.
Good. Now, where's that ion chamber Mr. Broadbent told me about?
It's, right over there.
Good. Fred would like to try it, wouldn't you, Fred?
Well...
You can't use it right now.
Why not?
It needs cleaning.
Not clean. What do you think of that, Fred?
Well,
Actually, we were just in the middle of cleaning it. Weren't we, Ben?
We were?
Good. We like clean, don't we, Fred?
Oh, yes, dear. Gladys, dear, don't you think it was awfully nice of these people to wish you a happy birthday?
What?
The sign, dear.
Oh, yes.
Do you suppose we should say thank you?
Are you telling me what to do?
No, dear.
Good.
Well, before you go to your room, we should give each of you a remote and a brochure.
Oh, just give him to Fred. He'll be in charge of all the gadgets.
Okay. Here you go, Fred. All right, let me show you how it works. Well, let's say you want to hang your coats up, for instance. You just open the brochure, look at her closet, right there. You see number 12. Go ahead, press 12.
Well, now, isn't that wonderful? What do you think of that, Fred?
Well,
don't just stand there. Take my coat.
Yes.
Actually works.
Of course, I really don't need an automatic closet.
Why not?
Well, I've got Fred here, haven't I, dear?
Haven't you what?
Oh, do pay attention, Fred.
I'm sorry.
Oh, never mind. Now, Fred, I want you to study that brochure and memorize all the numbers so you can work the remote for me.
Very well, dear. Shall I close the closet now?
Yes, go ahead. Now let's get to our room.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Sue.
Sue who?
Sue the chef.
Sue the chef. Are you French?
No. But I nearly got to France once.
What do you mean? How can you nearly get to France once?
Well, I had it all planned. I had my airplane ticket from Chicago to Paris, but I missed the plane.
What?
Yeah, I got on the wrong bus and ended up in Milwaukee.
Well, that's all very interesting, I'm sure, but you still haven't told me what you're doing here.
Oh, I'm here to cook for you this evening.
Fred doesn't like rich food, do you, Fred?
Well,
Gives some heartburn, doesn't Fred?
Yes, dear.
I'll remember that.
Why don't I show you to your room? Thank you. Come on, Fred.
How does he stand living with that woman?
She's a bit much, isn't she?
A bit much. She's the greatest living argument for euthanasia I've ever seen.
Hi, welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. When I left before, I was going to tell you about the 8 parts of the P90x fitness program, and this is the health portion of the show. We went over the numbers before. Yuck. Yuck. Do you want to see them again? I don't, and hopefully these are the last times I ever have numbers like this. Alright, so I had to take the fit test, and part of the fit test involved 8 different things that I had to do. And the first thing I had to do was to take my resting heart rate. So I took my pulse, I relaxed for 2 minutes, and I took my pulse for 30 seconds after I completely relaxed. And I counted how many times my heart beat in 30 seconds, and it beat 33 times. So I have a 66 beats per minute resting heart rate. And I did that around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And I haven't been drinking any coffee. One of the things that they talk about is staying away from caffeine. And it's true. Stay away from caffeine, coffee, soda, things that mess with your blood sugar levels. You don't want to do that. Basically, almost everything that you buy in stores these days that comes in a box or a can or a bottle is going to increase your risk of heart disease and obesity and premature death. So, and caffeine is one of those. Everybody's drinking coffee. Maxwell House, good to the last drop. Well, that's not really true. Maxwell House is good to, I guess it tastes good to your last breath, and I've always liked coffee, but I'm starting to think it's a little bitter, and you know, it's kind of like drinking mud. If someone was to walk up to you, if you had never been to planet Earth before and had never had a cup of coffee, then, and they said, here, taste this, and you tasted it, you would probably think, ugh, why am I drinking this? You guys drink this? Really? Alright, so resting heart rate was number 1, and then after the resting heart rate, they had you warm up for 10 minutes. So I did some Tibetan right stretching, which is like yoga in a way. It's breathing and stretching at the same time. Those are 5 movements that I learned from the book The Secret of the Fountain of Youth. And if you have a chance, get that book. It's called The Secret of the Fountain of Youth. It teaches the 5 Tibetan rites that align and get all of your chakras spinning in the right direction together. And it helps with youthfulness and energy. You want your energy chakras aligned and spinning. And I used to do 21 at a time. But
I've been on a 2-year honeymoon, and so my regimen hasn't been as strict as it would be. So I did a 10-minute warm-up, and that wasn't part of the things of the exercise of the fitness test, but yet they want you to warm up before you actually do the 7 things. So there's 8 things, really 9. Number 1 is the pulse rate, resting heart rate, and then 7 exercises, and then 1 warm-up, 10-minute warm-up. All right, so actually the number 1 exercise is the pull-up. And with the P90X comes the pull-up bar, and I've installed that in a room in my house, right in the closet door, and I can do pull-ups there. And so I had to do pull-ups, and I was to record the number of pull-ups that I could do. And they say even if you can only do a quarter or a half or 3/4 of a pull-up to record it anyway. And so I recorded it, and I did a half a pull-up. And really, I think I exaggerated that. I probably did about a 1/5 of a pull-up. But look, it's documented, so forever it's going to say I at least did a half. All right, so half a pull-up, half a pull-up, pull-up. All right, so I did a half a pull-up. And they say that a male on here should be able to do at least 3 pull-ups. I used to be able to do pull-ups, but I'm 220 pounds now, so I got a ways to go. All right, the 3rd exercise is the vertical leap, and how you do this is, in the 2nd exercise. The 2nd exercise is the vertical leap, and what they do is they have you stand up against the wall with your shoulder up against the wall, put your arm up against the wall, and then measure there. And then when you take that measurement down, and my measurement was 86.5 inches with my arm up against the wall. Can you see that? So, and then I had to take 1 step and jump and touch, and I jumped 17.5 inches. So that's like just under a foot and a half. And I guess white men can't jump. I don't know if that's true or not. I am technically white. I'm English, Irish, French Canadian, Russian, German, Polish, Greek, and then Jew. But Jew on my mom's side, my mother's mother escaped from Russia. And I don't know, is Jew a nationality? Is it? Email me about that. The Ronald Show 2011 at gmail.com. I want to know if Jew is a nationality. All right, when we get back, I'll go over the rest of the exercises. We've gone over the pull-up and the vertical leap, and then we'll get to the push-ups. All right, we'll be right back.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi, welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. I'm Ronald, and I am the host of this show, and we are in the health portion, and I'm back to talk to you about the P90X fitness test that I took today to prepare for tomorrow, when I will actually start the 90-day workout program. And I think I'm going to go with the cardio one, so I can trim down really fast, and then I'll do the more intense weight lifting one, and then I can build muscle. And I've already got a decent package, no pun intended, of muscle, because I've been a weightlifter. But I weigh 220 pounds, and I'm 5'9" and or 5'8" 3/4", and I weigh 220 pounds, and it's not good. So, all right. So we went over the first 2 parts of the test. Now we are up to exercise number 3 for the fit test, and they recommend that and it's the push-up, and they recommend that you're able to do, as a male, 15 push-ups for a male, and 3 if female, or 15 push-ups off of your knees if you're a female. Guys, I know what you're thinking. All right, push-ups, push-ups. I felt pretty good about this. They said to be able to do 15. I did 12. I did 12 push-ups, and see there, 12 push-ups. And the thing is I probably could have done 15. Right when I and I know you're gonna think I'm making this up, but as soon as I started doing the push-ups, my nose started itching really bad, and I just couldn't get over it. And you know, I used to be able to wait through an itch. When I was in the military, we'd be standing at the position of attention or parade rest, going into the dining hall and basic training, or, you know, which is really the only time when you're in the military when you have to just kind of be that way. Although I was intel. I wasn't infantry, so I don't know what it's like for infantry. But anyway, you'd be standing at the position of attention or parade rest, and you're not allowed to move even if you itch. And I've had a couple of itches, and I just had to tune them out. So anyway, I did 12 push-ups. 12. They recommend 15. So far, I have... See, they want you to be able to pass all portions of this test to be able to start on the P90x program, and I haven't passed any parts of it yet, but I'm still going to do it because I just, you know, I'll be able to recoup real quick. I think I have good muscle memory. Like I said, I've been on a 2-year honeymoon, and I've been lifting weights sporadically and running intermittently, and sporadic and intermittent exercise is not going to work. You have to be a regular exerciser because health is important. I'm Ronald. This is the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, and part of that collapse of life as we know it is global obesity. It's an epidemic. And not just obesity, but morbid obesity. Morbidly obese. And that's, technically, I think I might be morbidly obese. I'm 5'8" 3/4" tall, and I weigh 220 pounds. My goal weight is like really 165, but I'm shooting for 175. Once I get to 175, I'll see how I look and feel, you know. Depends on what my body fat percentage is. See, it's body composition. It's not really about weight. I mean, they want you to weigh yourself, but body composition, and they want you to, for P90x, they want you to get fat calipers. And those are, you know, those will measure your body fat percentage. There are also scales that you can buy. You can go to the store and you can buy a scale. You stand on it barefoot, and it sends electricity through your body, and it calibrates your body fat percentage accurately, I guess. Probably you have to be hydrated. I'm sure it has something to do with water in your system. So you'll read the directions if you're going to buy one. I just estimated my body fat percentage at like 30%. I mean, I figured, I don't know. You know, I can't see my stomach muscles anymore. Do you want to see my stomach? Do you want to? All right. I'm not happy about this, but there it is. Okay? That's it right there. And that's sucking it in, and that's sticking it out. All right, so not happy. Not happy. All right. All right, after the push-up came exercise number 4. And this wasn't too bad, and I passed this part actually. The toe touch. They want you to be able to get at least to 6 inches from your toes. And I was able, what you do is you sit down on your butt, legs straight out ahead, and you just reach forward and grab and see how close you can get to your toes. And let me tell you this. This is really good. They're really about safety. In between each of these exercises, they want you to take like 3 to 4 minutes of a break between each one. And I did. I waited like 3 to 4 minutes. And I took a break. And so I did the stretch test, the toe touch test, and I sat down and I was able to get within 2 inches of my toes. And I think that was accurate. I just did this by myself, so I didn't really have anybody measuring me. But I was able to get within 2 inches of my toes, and I'm proud of that because I passed this portion of the test, so good for me. Alright, the next one is the wall squat. The wall squat. And for this, they wanted you to be able to stand there, do the wall squat for 1 minute. And I knew that this was going to be painful. And the wall squat is where you lean up against the wall as if you're sitting in a chair. And you're not allowed to put your hands on the wall. And you're not allowed to move up and down. You had to get into a seated position like you're sitting down, pressed up with your back up against the wall, with your feet directly perpendicular to your knees. That means with your knees over your ankles. And then hold it for at least a minute. So that was my goal, 1 minute. And by 30 seconds, I was praying for the next 30 seconds to go fast. And the next 30 seconds went slow, and it was painful, but I made it to 1 minute, and so I got to the 1 minute mark. And I'm happy about that. See? 1 minute. 1 minute, 220 pounds. Yeah, that's me. 1 minute, 220 pounds. Okay. There are 3 more exercises that I'll tell you that I did for the fitness test for the P90X, and I will come back after these messages and I will tell you how I did, and then we'll talk about my results. Alright? We'll be right back.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Ronald. This is the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. And my health, I have found out, has been collapsing steadily for the past 2 years during my honeymoon. Honeymoon over. That's what I have found out. My honeymoon is now over, and I'm doing the P90X program, and I'm going to get fit as a fiddle. Why isn't it like fit as a guitar, or fit as a bass, or fit as a piano? I don't know where they came up with fiddle. Hey, excuse me. Alright, so exercise 6, 7, and 8. Alright, exercise number 6. Oh, and I passed this one, which was pretty good. Yeah. This is the bicep curl. Number 6 on the P90X fitness test to qualify yourself to do the P90X program is the bicep curl. And I was able to do the bicep curl. I did 20 pounds 13 times. And they recommend that you can do, for a male, at least 10 curls with 20 pounds. And for females, 10 curls with 8 pounds. And you know what? That's fair. And I think that works. So I grabbed 20 pounds because that's what they recommended, and I did 13. And I could have done 15, but you know what? I don't know what it was, but it was like a basic training drill sergeant in my face, not counting push-ups, trying to make it look like I did better from the beginning to the end. There was this itch on my nose, and every time I would start doing something, I would get that itch, and I don't know if it was subconscious, like, you know, psychosomatic or whatever, and I was doing it to myself because I didn't want to do too well the first time, so I'd look like I did better at the end. I'm not like that. I was trying to do the best I could. But after I finished the test, no more itch. But I really did get it good. After I did the bicep curls, I had to stop at 13 because the itch. I put it down. I think I could have done 15 if I would have really struggled. And I know how to go for those extra too. I could have got 15. No problem. In fact, here's my workout book right back here. I don't think you can see. See that green book right there? See that green book? That's my workout book. I've been working out since, with weights, keeping track of everything since like 2004, I think. I don't know how far back it goes. I could look and tell you. But are you interested? No. You just want to get through this P90X stuff so that you know whether you want to buy it yourself. And let me tell you something. I read all the material. I looked through the dietary information. You get a whole book, just like this one, only it's green, or shades of green, and it's all about the nutrition. And they lay out your meal plan for you very specifically. And it's not impossible, but they give you 3 choices of the way that you will go about planning your meals. There's specific, there's general, there's like in a hurry where you can just grab stuff and eat it. And And then the fitness part of it, this book, this workout book here, you don't even, you do need the DVDs because Mr. Horton, he's a cool instructor. He's kind of like a cool, hip aerobics instructor, and he takes you through the exercises, and he accounts for physical limitations. I mean, he's in great shape, and he can, do everything great, but the P90X program is for people that want to go from maybe where I am on a low fitness level, who used to be athletic, to high fitness level. And that's what the P90X will do for you. You have to be committed. You have to decide. You have to start. And you have to do it yourself. And no one, you can push play, but you got to give it intensity. And that's what they say. You got to get up every day and push play, and then you got to bring it. You got to bring it. Bringing it means you got to bring it. Okay? I know that's like answering a question, with because. Well, that's not an answer, but I'm just saying you got to bring it. Just doing this fitness test, I had to bring it, and I was disappointed in myself. But when you get out of shape, it just gives you a goal. Once you get down at the bottom, well, you climb yourself back up. I mean, the day you stop climbing back up is the day that you die, and you don't want to die. All right. So we did bicep curls. I did 13 with 20 pounds, and now we have the number 7 is ins and outs. In and outs. And this is this estimates or calibrates your core, your stomach, how good in shape your stomach muscles are. And let me tell you, I stopped doing sit-ups a long time ago, and I never really focused on my stomach, and I should have, but and I'm sorry that I didn't, and I took it for granted that I would be able to always be able to do sit-ups. And this wasn't sit-ups, but this definitely worked my abdomen. And this is called ins and outs. And what you in and outs, what you do is the starting position is seated with hands on the floor at your sides, knees bent with feet on the floor, and raise your feet off the ground and bring your knees towards your chest. And now my gut was in the way, which really bothered me, because when I brought my knees up to my chest, it didn't even get there. It was like hitting my gut, and my knees were splitting apart, and it was like, oh my God. I never had that feeling before. I hated it. Which is more motivation to stick to the P90X program and lose all the weight that I want to lose. And not weight, but I want to change my body composition. Alright, so seated on your butt, hands at your sides, knees up at your chest, and then you put your legs out and bring them in, kind of like ins and outs. Kick out, kick in, and you don't let your feet touch the ground. So you can picture it. Now they recommend, that you can do 25 of them, and I did 20, and I went to failure. I mean, when I got to 20, everything was burning. My legs were burning, my stomach was burning. I was starting to cramp up in my upper abdomen, and I was not happy. And so that's exercise number 7, in and outs. They recommend 25. I did 20. So far I've passed 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll figure it out at the end. All right. And the final one, number 8, they wanted to check it's called the heart rate maximizer. And the heart rate maximizer is you do 10 minutes of jumping jacks. Not 10 minutes, I'm sorry, 2 minutes. 2 minutes of jumping jacks. And then the last 30 seconds of those 2 minutes, you go as fast as you can. And then when you're done, as soon as you're done, you take your pulse. And they want you to measure your pulse rate 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. First, as soon as you're done. And so I did the 2 minutes of jumping jacks. The last 30 seconds I went as hard as I could. And my 1 minute pulse rate, as soon as I finished, I took it, was 153 beats per minute. And then at the 1 minute mark, after I finished the jumping jacks, my heart rate was 134 beats per minute. And then at the 2 minute mark, after finishing the jumping jacks, my heart rate was 114 beats per minute. And then at the 3 minute mark, my heart rate was 110 beats per minute, so it was still moving fast. And then at the 4 minute heart rate, it was 104 beats per minute. So I maxed out at 153, and 4 minutes later it was still 104. And then after 4 minutes, that was still like almost 50, or yeah, almost 50. Well, it was 40, almost 40 beats higher per minute than my resting heart rate. All right, so that's how I did on my fit test today. How did I do? I don't know what they recommend here for the heart rate maximizer. There's be able to finish the 2 minutes of jumping jacks. That's what they say. Be able to finish the 2 minutes, and I was able to do that. And I pushed myself, and I went all out. I brought it. You need to bring it. You need to broad it too. And I did well. So I guess I passed the bicep curl, I passed the wall seat, I passed the jumping jacks, I passed the stretch test. Those 4. I didn't pass the pull-ups, and I didn't pass the in and outs, and those were the 7 exercises. And my resting heart rate is 66 beats per minute. And I weigh 220 pounds. But in 90 days, my goal is to weigh 175 pounds. Now, here's the thing about losing weight. I read in several different places that you don't want to lose weight, you want to lose body fat. All right? Now, when we get back, I'm going to talk to you about body composition and the rate of fat loss based on my own research. All right? We'll be right back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Hi, welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it. I am Ronald, and we are back. Now, before we left, I was talking to you about body composition and the rate of losing body fat. And when you're talking about weight, health, fitness, and body composition is really the body mass index. They call it BMI, and that is the ratio of muscle mass to body fat. And for a very fit elite athlete, for a male, you want to be under 10%, 5 to 9%. 10 to 15% is an athlete, and then 15 to 19 or 21 is, average, and then above that you're overweight. For a female, it's like 3 to 4% higher. So what we're talking about is not so much weight, but body mass index. Now, the rate at which you should be able to lose body fat is, I've read, 2.5 pounds per week. Now with the P90x program, which is what I'm doing, the P90x program right here, I want to look like that guy. That's the guy I want to look like. See that? I want to look like him. I want to be ripped. I want to have that stomach. I want to have those arms. I want to have that low body fat percentage. I want to be ripped. I want to look like that guy. I want to be that guy. I don't want to have a big boiler hanging out over my belt. I don't. So 2.5 pounds of fat per week. Now that equals, what is that? 5, 10, that's 10 pounds per month of body fat. If I lost 10 pounds per month on the 90-day program, that's 30 pounds of body fat. Right now I weigh 220 pounds. So if I went from 220 to 190, losing all body fat, following their regimented food guidelines, then I should weigh 190 and have a very lean BMI, hopefully under 10%, and be building muscle at the same time. Now I'm going to do the cardio fit program first. I think I'm going to do cardio first, and there's 3 different ways you can go about doing the P90x program. There's 3 different cycles, and I'm going to do the lean cycle first, and then I will do the classic, and then I'll probably do the doubles. So I'll do lean to get fit, aerobically fit, and you also do weightlifting, and I'll also be building muscle, but I'll be focusing more on shredding body fat. So if I can lose more than 30 pounds of body fat and get closer to 180, that'll be cool. But I'm going to start with the lean P90x 90-day program first. Then I'm going to go to the classic with the weight building, and then I'll even shred more body fat, and by then I'll be into a routine. And that's the thing you have to realize. Getting started is the hardest part. Getting started is the hardest part. Getting started is the hardest part. So you got to get started. You got to get started immediately. It was my birthday. It was February 17th. My wife said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I said, "I want the P90X. I had been watching the infomercial for, I don't know, maybe like a year." And like one of the people on the commercial says, you know, they found that they were watching the same commercial like 3 times. So I told her, "Hey, it's my birthday. What do I want? I want the P90X." I got on the phone, I called, ordered the whole thing right off the bat, got the, in 5 days. The shipping and the shipping was quick. And, I got the whole package in like 5 days. I put together the chin-up bar. I installed it yesterday. I took the fit test today. I set up a nice room with the DVD player and a nice TV, and I'm all set to go, and I have my space to work out. And so starting tomorrow is going to be my day 1, March 3rd, 2011. And that's where we are. Thank you for watching The Ronald Show. I am Ronald. This is The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it.
Ronald.